Hello there! I'm Scotty. You're not. I hate this. I need to buy a new thing. This is getting ridiculous. There's a chest hair for you, ladies, fellas, whatever. Welcome back to Dis-Cember. In the middle of a hurricane, apparently, it fell out. No, when you pause things, pause on. I muted you. Man, why is it everything gotta be a face? Ah! Come on! Why don't you pause when I pause you? There. I don't like it when you're trying to do a review and someone's standing at you from the TV. It's really weird. So, it's Monday, so whatever. So we are talking about 2007 film The Game Plan, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Little Madison Pettis before she grew up to be a woman. Yes, it was in that horrible American Pie movie. This is back when she was on Corey in the house. Yeah, it's a party every week, baby. Yeah, that show, which I was watching at the time. So I knew her from that. There's other. Morse Chestnut. Is there some kind of contract that Morse Chestnut signs where he has to be in every sports movie? Because that's what it seems like he was in. Like Mike, which is a movie I need to review for birth month at some point. I grew up with that. That's what that was. But Paige Turco is in here, and Kira Sedgwick, the dad from Zack and Cody, Robert Torti. He's in this. Yeah. That's part they showed him. Is that a dad from Zack and Cody? It says 2 Disney Channel. Sort of. He popped in and out. He wasn't a regular, but. So, the plot is Joe Kingman, The Rock, is a big football player for fictional Boston sports team, the Rebels. I don't know, that they play it like it's the NFL, but this is a fictional team, the Boston Rebels. It's all about himself. Me, myself, and I is what it is. And that is until he finds out he has an 8-year-old daughter named Peyton. Yeah. He gets dropped on him out of nowhere. So now he's got to take care of his daughter while also heading towards a football championship. And, yeah. So this is what you think it is. Oh, it's big Buffy sports guy with little girl and goofy things happen. Like, one of the first things that happens after she shows up is that he eats cookies that have cinnamon in them, and he's allergic to cinnamon. So he talks like this now for a little bit, and he has to do a commercial. They make him do Boston Rebels experience the magic. Really? I don't know what kind of. I can see his tongue swollen like this and sound like Mike Tyson, but I don't know what kind of allergic reaction makes you turn the R's to W's. Experience. I don't know. No. There is a twist in this movie that, unfortunately, I caught on to. So I've seen this before back when it came out on the DVD. We rented it. But, I don't remember everything. When she shows up, she says that she got dropped off and her mom is on her way to the airport to go to Africa, and she is there to stay with Joe. Immediately, you're really thrown off by there's no confrontation between the mom and Joe, where it's like, you have to take care of your daughter now. No, she just shows up, which is very weird. Is there something with the mom? And she says that the mom is going to Africa, and And he's like, wait. Sarah, the mom, had a sister, Karen. Why don't we call her? And he's like, well, Karen's dead. She's gone. She died. Yeah. So, but she connects to Joe. She connects to his sports team, the Boston Rebels. It's not a real team. At least not in football I know. You know. And this is, they never say NFL, but I think it's supposed to be. It's a major thing, you know. Yeah. And of course, it's a little girl. Disney thinks little girls just need ballerina. I don't know. Yeah, so she's a need to be ballerinas. I should speak English. She's a little ballerina girl, and so she has to go to a dance class. Oh, fucking yawning. To a dance class, which is ran by Rosalind Sanchez's character Monique. I feel like they messed up some names. They gave the Mexican woman the French name and the French woman a Mexican name. Because there's his hookup or something that shows up every once in a while named Tatiana, which is a Mexican name. But when she comes in, he's speaking French to her. And she has a French accent. And I'm like, Tatiana's not a French name. It's Hispanic. And then later, the instructor, so Rosalind Sanchez, who is Spanish, has a French name, Monique. I think they mixed up the names and didn't realize it till it was too late. Because it just doesn't... I don't know, it seems off. It does. This was when The Rock was trying to be movie star Rock, so he grew his hair out, and it doesn't look good at all. Because there was a point where he was growing his hair, until he realized, no, it doesn't look good, and went back to shaving it bald and everything. But he didn't have his hair before this, like Gridiron Gang and stuff. He didn't have it, but then he decided to do it here, and then realized it wasn't working. Or maybe he was in a contract, he had to grow his hair out or something, I don't know, it just... I don't know. At the beginning of the movie, we find out that he's allergic to cinnamon, she's allergic to nuts. Because when I'm allergic to cinnamon, she's like, I'm allergic to nuts. Which does come back later, but yeah. And so then she gets him into doing the ballet. The ballet. I'm so sorry. I don't know. She gets him into doing the ballet, and then he has to be a tree, and like they do this thing where he has to they have to go to that big opening thing for the ballet, and all the football team is there. Yeah. They also did this thing earlier in the film where he is opening this nightclub, and like he drives off and he's singing My Girl, and I'm like, so he forgot her, right? And then they cut back and she's laying on some couch at the nightclub. They make a big, oh, he left her in the nightclub. Ooh. Cut him some slack. He's the first time here. Okay, so to compare, my experience with becoming a dad was not this big kick in the nuts. Look, you have a daughter or child situation because I have a son. I knew from the very beginning we were going to have a child. So I knew that. I was invested in the whole thing. I've been around for him all 13 years. It's different. When someone shows up on your doorstep with a child you didn't know that you have, interrupts your entire life. At the beginning of this movie, I'm kind of on Joe's side because he has his own life. He was living it the way he was living it, and then it's just boom, baby, a bomb drops right in front of you. I know I said like that, but boom, a bomb is dropped right in front of you, and what are you gonna do? You know, it turns your life upside down. So of course he's not ready for any of this, right? But throughout the movie, that's the whole thing. He does get ready for it. And then shit happens. Seems like everything was going fine, but then she eats some cake with nuts. And here's where we get the twist that was ruined by the subtitles. Yes, so the twist here is that, well, I like how Joe and everyone on the football team and Monique are there, and they're like, oh, and in comes a woman asking about her. We saw the woman earlier. It's someone who is talking to Peyton, and we assume it to be her mother. Someone she's talking on the phone with, and she sends her pictures. We assume it to be her mother. She comes in, and when The Rock sees her, he says, Karen? And immediately you are to think, wait, that was the name of the aunt that supposedly died. And that's all he said. Karen, I thought you were dead. I'm very much alive. Why would you? I'm dead. Because the twist here is that the mom died in a car accident 6 months ago. She decided she wanted to see her dad and did not go to her. She was supposed to go to a ballet camp, but instead changed the coordinates to his house. Yeah. This was all her thing. Again, though, it was ruined by the subtitles because I'm watching the movie and it's that part where she's talking to her on the phone and the subtitles come up and it says Karen. And I went, Karen? I thought the mom's name was Sarah. Karen was the sister's name. It's supposed to be dead. Wait a minute. Is there supposed to be a twist here? Sure enough, there was. And the subtitles ruined it. Subtitles do that. They do that. But I like watching movies with the subtitles on because I have a bit of a hearing loss in my left ear. Sometimes it's hard for me to hear things. I don't want to turn the volume up real loud. You know, I live in a small apartment. So I put the subtitles on, and I know my eyes aren't the best either, but it helps. It does. I did that, everything. Even looking at myself on the screen, I'm a blurry blob. I'm a blurry blob. I'm a blurry blob. I'm a blurry blob. Anyway. Yeah. And then Karen, true to her name, blames The Rock for everything. He's like, well, I've been taking care of her for the past 6 months. And she goes, how'd that turn out? I'm like, that wasn't his fault. Not really. Because, now I know he's supposed to do it, but she's aware of her own allergies, right? I don't know. She's 8. But she outrightly stated, I'm allergic to nuts. So when she's handed something, she's asked, are there nuts in this? You know? By 8 years old, a kid should be aware of their surroundings, aware of what they need to say and do. If you don't have your kid ready to ask questions, to talk to people by 8 years old, then they're never going to be ready, or you're just doing it wrong. I'm just saying. And especially with Paige Turco's Karen, this girl would know to ask questions because her aunt's a Karen. True to her name. Yes. So she blames The Rock for this. When it's not entirely, I'll say not entirely his fault. Yes, he should have been aware too. But in his defense, the line from earlier, where it's like, he's like, I'm allergic to cinnamon. And she just throws out, I'm allergic to nuts. It's practically a throwaway line where you kind of forget about it. But it's there. And you kind of want to put it in the back of your mind, but you don't know if it's going to come in later. Usually in a movie or TV show, when they announce that they're allergic to something, it's going to come back. It's like Hereditary. Spoiler alert for those who have not seen Hereditary. One of the first things that happen when they go to the grandma's funeral is that nuts in it. Is there nuts in that? There's not nuts in that. Is there nuts? We get it. She allergic to nuts. And then when he's forced to take her to that party, first thing they show, big shot of them cutting up the nuts. Oh, gee. That was way too over in that movie. But here, it works because it's a throwing line at the beginning, and you kind of forget about it, and then you realize, and he thinks she's messing with him, because earlier, she faked an allergy to dog hair, even though he has a dog named Spike. Which, by the way, is the most overused name for a bulldog. I'm sorry. But that was a Tom and Jerry character who was a bulldog named Spike. And his son, Tyke. Yeah. And then you have his, I want to say, crooked agent who's trying to get him to do stuff. And she sees the kid as a nuisance. He's starting to care about the kid, and she wants him to care about the money. Well, we got to have money. So she says, hey, all I gotta do is win a championship. And you gotta look at there and you say, I love Fanny's Burgers. And that's the restaurant that Robert Torti owns. And he'll get a sponsorship deal. But that doesn't happen. No, see what happens is Karen, true to her name, just says, no, I'm taking her away from this, away from you, and minimum. And yeah, so he plays like shit in the basketball game. Football game. It's football! Football game. Sorry, Morris Chestnut messed me up. Playing basketball. No, playing football. He plays like shit in the football game. He takes himself out, sending in the backup quarterback. And then here comes the little girl in her jersey. It's kind of cute. And so then he's going to be allowed to keep custody of her. Which makes sense. And the aunt is going out of town all the time. He's always going to be there. Nothing. I do have a question, though. She's supposed to go to ballet school. They never called to tell her she didn't show up? Really? I know she went to Africa, but I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway. Yeah, he gets her back and then he wins the game, but when he's asked, you have won the championship. Not Super Bowl, because that's copyright. The championship. Now what are you going to do? I'm going to go with my daughter. And they just like, hey, you know? And then we end the credits with singing Burning Love by Elvis. And that confused me, because one of the first songs we hear is, Stop, look and listen, baby, that's my philosophy, which I just heard in Lilo and Stitch 2. I was like, wait, what? And then that, but also, you get a little bit of Mr. Blue Sky by ELO. And I'm like, I was not aware of that song before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It was in this movie I saw way back in 2007, 2008. Hello. Things you can go back to. Soundtrack's pretty good too. I'm gonna give it a pretty good. I enjoy it. And as a father myself, these kind of stories, they get me. Right? Recess. Of course I remember Recess. Oh, go watch Jordan Fringe. He has a video on Recess, apparently. I'll watch that when I'm done. Who doesn't remember Recess? Both the show and the fun times at school, where you get hit in the head with a tetherball. Yes, that happened. And it hurt. And I fell on my ass. What are your thoughts on the game plan? Let me comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty. Join me tomorrow because, we're in uncharted territory. Yes, I found out about this movie from Phaelus and Obscures Lupa, Allison Pregler, what do you want to call her? Because they reviewed this, and they said it's a Wonderful World of Disney movie starring Ricky Lake. Murder, She Purred. Yeah, I want to check this out. I like to do obscure things, okay? And if I'm doing stuff that was on Wonderful World of Disney or the Disney Channel, I wanted to fit this in somewhere, right? Yeah. Oh, we need to cross off the game plan. Other way. We're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. We are on the last full week. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.